A lot of fun.
Awesome.
Tomorrow we'll have Gonzo. Let's see. Gonzo, Matt, you'll be here.
Yep.
And Scalawag will be here.
Ooh, yeah.
Or at least some of them will. Looking forward to that. So have a great Monday, everybody. It's going to warm up a little bit. Keep it right here. WMNH.
This hour on WMNH is sponsored by CGI Business Solutions, located at 5 Dartmouth Drive in Auburn. They serve all your business needs, including employee benefits planning, corporate design and business administration, investments and wealth management, and customized business insurance solutions. Their phone number is 866-841-4600 or on the web at cgibusinesssolutions.com.
Bring your kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry, located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, 3 dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
Clemento's Pizzeria, family friendly, awesome for a date night. Clemento's Pizzeria. For delivery, call 603-782-8450. Clemento's Pizzeria, the best pizza in town. 1875 South Willow Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. Best cocktails around. Come in as friends and leave as family.
Hey, Maddie, are you excited for the holidays?
I am, Peter, but I hope that Santa makes it to every kid's house in Manchester this year.
Yeah, I'm worried about that too. I know how you can help, though.
Wow, Peter, tell me more.
Well, I know the people of Manchester will band together to help our kids. It's going to be a miracle on Elm Street.
Peter, I believe in the people of Manchester too. What do we need to do?
Well, call the morning show any weekday from 7 to 9, and you can donate. The number is 603-250-6007.
Or you could send a check made out to Hope NH Inc. and send it to 1045 Elm Street, Suite 300, Manchester, New Hampshire, 03101. Care of The Morning Show.
It's a miracle on Elm Street.
You're listening to WMNH LP, Manchester's radio. Broadcasting at 95.3 megahertz frequency modulation from the top of 1000 Elm Street. Our studios are located at 1045 Elm Street and licensed to Manchester Public Television Service in Manchester, New Hampshire, USA. Contact us at WMNH953@gmail.com or on our website, WMNHradio.org.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
It's a great song, but I don't know it.
everybody. Welcome. Here we go. It's that time again. Happy Monday. It's Matt Connerton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. And hello to all of our online listeners across the nation and around the globe. You can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all of your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc., etc. Today is Monday, December 5, 2022, and I am not alone. Jenny is here at the news desk.
I am present.
Yes.
I am dancing with Poster.
Oh, yes, for the Miracle on Elm Street this Wednesday.
The Miracle on Elm Street this Wednesday. Raising funds and getting toys for kiddos right here in the Queen City. Yes.
Yep, it's going to be a big day. Of course, Peter White will be on Wednesday. Peter White will be on the air a good chunk of the day, kind of an extended version of the morning show. He'll be here well into the afternoon, and then he'll take off. I'll probably start a little bit early. I'll be live from here, of course, and then he will be headed down to the bonfire because the official party starts down there at 4 p.m. So, but there is still time to donate. Of course, you can donate directly. Well, you can bring toys here during the morning show, or I guess probably well into the afternoon on Wednesday if you want to come by here, because Peter will be here for if you want to drop off toys here. You can also send a check made out to Hope NH Inc. and send that to WMNH, 1045 Elm Street, number 300, care of the morning show, or just bring your donations directly to the bonfire on Wednesday. So,
and if you want to, come on down to the bonfire and join the party at 4 p.m. There are going to be raffle prizes available. There'll be a 50-50 raffle. So you can take a few chances, maybe go home with a few little prizes for yourself if you like, and raise more money for the kiddos so we don't miss a child here in the city.
And the top donor will win the prize of sitting in on an episode of The Morning Show with Peter White. So there's something pretty cool. And
I wonder if they get to pick their day.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Well, there's so much to choose from. Like, are you going to come on grocery day, or are you going to come on trivia day? Then there's music day.
Yes.
There's love letter day.
And you've
They're all good
donated,
days.
a couple of paintings for the raffle.
I did. And the Hop Knot donated a $25 gift certificate to the Knot.
Yes.
And there have been a number of other donations as well.
Oh, yeah.
All these prizes are going to be available and could be yours if you pick the right raffle ticket at the annual Christmas party, December 7th at 4 p.m. at the Bonfire, right here on Elm Street.
Yes. So very exciting. Yeah, last couple of years, this will be the third year. And
I know, right?
The first two were magnificently successful. So I think this year is going to be even bigger. So, yes.
I want to get to help get toys one of these years. Like, they get to have some fun, They get to go and try and pick out things for different kiddos, right?
Yeah.
And when you're thinking about things for kiddos, think, all ages. There's teenagers out there, too, that we want to make sure that they don't have an empty Christmas. So if you think about older kids, think about, things like, oh my goodness, like video game cards, diaries, games, all the interesting things that they have for kiddos these days that we thought were like weird science back in our day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you think of things for their room, things to decorate with, music things, or even instruments for that nature. Just think anything like that, and or clothing especially. I don't know a teenager who doesn't love to get a new piece of clothing. I know I used to love clothing shopping when I was a kid, when I didn't have to pay for it.
Oh, sure.
But it's always nice to get like a really cool surprise. So, think about all the ages out there, and hopefully we'll be able to raise enough that every child who wants one will get one.
Absolutely.
And that's the game plan there.
Absolutely.
I can't believe it's been 3 years now.
Yeah, this will be the third year. Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome.
Very nice. Let's see. 603-250-6007 is the number if you'd like to join us today. 603-250-6007. You can also text us at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connerton. Tweet while you still can. Any day now.
You're totally convinced it's going to go kibosh.
I think any day now. It could be any hour. It could be any moment. It could be breaking news while we're live on the air. Twitter.
That the Twitter fear just goes...
Twitter will implode.
Like Truth Social. Truth Social's been going fizzled too.
Truth Social, that's still up.
There's got a lot of mass exodus going on, though. There's a lot of people reporting that they're having quite a few people leave. Could it be that he doesn't want the Constitution anymore? I don't know.
Well, we'll get into that today if we have time, I'm sure.
One more quick thing, because the old retired EMT in me wants to say, when you're thinking about buying stuff for the kiddos, think about things like knee pads, helmets, elbow pads, all that kind of good stuff that they need with roller skating, bike riding, keep them safe and protected. Those things too. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sorry, needed to do that.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
603-250-6007. You can text us at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connerton. You can send an email to matt@mattconnerton.com. And, of course, you can interact and opine in the Facebook live chat, and we'll say hello to everybody in there in a moment. But the best thing to do so that we can hear and enjoy your dulcet tones is to give us a call at 603-250-6007. By the way, the opening track today on the show was Dust Prophet, their brand new single, which we gave the world radio premiere to on Friday, called Song 4.
I really like it.
Oh, the chat room was going nuts over it, and I
knew exactly what it was as soon as you started it.
Yeah. I think it's their first instrumental, But yeah, they do have a very distinct sound. My great close friend and former bandmate, Otto Kinzel, they were fantastic at Swarmy Fest, of course.
Oh my gosh, yeah. If you get a chance to see them live, they're awesome.
But,
absolutely awesome.
But yeah, that's the new single Song 4. And if you get a chance to, I recommend going on YouTube and checking out the video. It's a little dark, but it's impressive. And coming up later in the show at the top of the hour, I'm going to play something from Cozy Throne, a garage band from Boston. They've got a track called I'll Tell You What Freedom Is. They are going to be playing this Friday at the Hop Knot.
No kidding.
Yeah, at the Hop Knot, 7 to 9 p.m. on Friday night. That is the, every Friday night they have live music at the Hop Knot. So I had to make a quick radio edit. Couple of bad words in it. So I did but I'm good with the radio edit. So
I'm teased.
Did a quick one of that, and I'll play. It's a great track. I really like. I was not familiar with Cozy Throne prior to seeing them on the schedule for the Hop Knot and then checking them out online. They are from Boston. I think they're new. I think it's their first album that's out, but yeah, really good. So we'll play something from them later in the show. I think tomorrow on the show, I'm going to probably open with some Scalawag. Because they're also playing at the, just like they did last year too, at the Christmas party at the Miracle on Elm Street Christmas party at Bonfire. And of course, they're really good guys. They are. A number of years ago, they played at the cancer benefit that you did.
They are so cool about donating back to the community. They have volunteered for so many different groups, and yeah, they did it for me. They performed when we were raising money for the Peyton Cancer Center at Concord Hospital. And we were able to raise a decent amount, but they were awesome. Yeah, no problem. Like, these are the guys that are like, you need us, here we are. But they're saying they're so good too.
Oh yeah,
they really are. They really are. So yeah, if you get a chance to go see them, you should totally go do it.
Yeah, really good band.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We're really lucky because we're here in New England. We get a lot of really good bands in this area. This area really produces some incredible musicians.
Absolutely. We'll say hello to everybody in the Facebook live chat. It's a busy chat room. Our friend Alex Whiteley from the UK joins us. Hello, Alex. Also, Jason Fedderson says, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Monday. Well, Kellyanne Manning. Haven't seen her in there in a long time. She says, hi there, listening from my office in Boogie Down, Brockton. Kellyanne Manning, of course, is related to our friend DJ Midas. John Midas Manning, who is, of course, part of the WMNH family. He's the host of Late Night Delight every Saturday night from 12 midnight all the way to 4 a.m. with a replay on Sunday. So nice to see Kellyanne in there.
He's rather comfortable right now. I'd say he's rather comfortable right now.
Oh, Midas down in Florida?
Yes.
Yes.
In the sun and the warmth. I'm jealous now.
Jason
Should have hid
Fedderson.
in his suitcase or something.
Jason Fedderson says, I have 2 words for you. Matt Connerton Unleashed. Yes, that's a callback, of course, to President Biden when he said, I have 2 words, made in America.
Yeah.
He's,
that's really instilling some confidence in me there.
He's 80 now. Jenny, Jenny, I see you're in the chat room.
I'm everywhere.
Let's see. Nancy Clayton joins us in the chat room and says, hello, friends. Hello, Nancy. Guy Lazarus joins us and says, put the X back in Xmas. Well, I don't know about that. I'm never in too much of a hurry to write out Christmas, but of course I am reminded of the Kiss song, Let's Put the X in Sex. So if you're going to put the X in something, maybe you should put it in that. Guy Lazarus also says Xmas is racist nonsense. Well,
Stop it.
I've never thought of it that way.
No, it's not.
What would be racist about Christmas?
It's not racist.
I don't know. Well, I do remember. I do remember a number of years ago, Megyn Kelly, when she was still on Fox News, declaring, and she wasn't the only one to say it either, but with great affirmation that Santa Claus is white, which I thought was strange, given that she's speaking about a fictional character who, in theory, can be whatever you want him to be in your imagination. He's not real, but she was very insistent that Santa Claus is white. And then I was reminded of, All in the Family, which, of course, to me is the greatest sitcom in the history of television.
I love that show.
That episode where Archie is in the basement. He gets locked in the basement and nobody's home to come get him out. And do you remember this one? And
I think so.
He finds some alcohol and he gets drunk.
He has a conversation with God.
Yeah. There's all kinds of things happen in his imagination while he's down there because he's drinking. And then somebody finally comes and finds him. and somebody like shows up to fix the water heater or something, which I think is why Archie was down there to begin with. He was trying to fix it himself, and he locked himself in the basement. So the guy shows up, and Archie's drunk, and he's going, and he thinks it's God coming to save him, and he's going, "I'm down here, Lord, I'm down here."
I do remember that.
And the guy comes in, and he happens to be black, and Archie looks at him and says, "I'm sorry, Lord. The Jeffersons were right."
I love that.
Oh, it's
That's awesome.
So good.
That's awesome.
So good. Love All in the Family.
I really do love that show.
Yes.
And the funny part about it is, for back then, they were addressing racial issues that were happening of the time, and they were actually going outside the box and putting people together on screen, and having moments that Archie would embrace somebody who was black or embrace somebody who was gay for that moment. Like there would be those moments, and it was neat because that wasn't allowed on television back then, but in the context of the comedy, it was.
Yeah. Well, they took a lot of chances. You couldn't make that show today.
Oh God,
at least not quite like they did then.
No.
Facebook is being a little wonky, so if I miss your comment, I apologize. But on the big monitor here, I can see some while my smaller screen refreshes. New Affirm of the Spark joins us in the chat room, and I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that New Affirm of the Spark is from Greensboro, North Carolina. Was we seem to have quite a contingent of listeners there.
Yeah, but it's a real shows, real places. Remember, I looked this up.
Yes.
The stuff that they were putting in there, saying about different shows, and it's real. Like, it's really real. I found this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
On the intranet.
New Affirm of the Spark says, LOL, we used to watch our favorite TV show is Different Strokes.
Different strokes to move the world. Yes, it is.
New Affirm of the Spark also says,
I shouldn't sing. It's a terrible thing.
We have a wonderful singing group of us. Hashtag Matt Connerton and hashtag Jenny Coffee. And new member, we said. And we are from Greensboro, North Carolina.
New member, huh?
Good afternoon, hashtag Matt and hashtag Jenny. We say happy Monday from us.
Why does everybody from Greensboro, North Carolina sound like a bot? But it can't be, because the answers are too good sometimes. Like, there's real answers in there that can't be from a bot. I'm telling you.
I think
there's not. It's aliens. It's aliens. They're trying to infiltrate the show, and they're going to infiltrate the war. It's the conspiracy.
I think they're just, the hashtag was invented in Greensboro, North Carolina, for one thing.
Was not.
And they're very polite there. The South they're very polite. And that's why all these folks are very polite, and they all are in one big singing group. New Affirm of the Spark says, we say, hashtag Jenny, we say we were best friend of Isaac Banks. Yes, Isaac Banks.
Yes.
That's where it all started.
Jesus.
Isaac Banks is the original fan from Greensboro, North Carolina,
This is true.
who is also in a singing group, I Say to You.
I feel like we have our own version of, like, Yoda. It is to I say.
Yeah.
It is to them, they say.
It's fun. John Hopwood gets really mad about it.
Really?
But
I think it's fun.
Oh, he gets so mad when he's on the show and I start reading the chats from Greensboro, the chat comments from Greensboro. He gets so mad. I don't know why.
Because I think he thinks it's a bot, and it's not a bot. It can't be a bot. I'm telling you, it's not a bot. I've tested this theory. Checked it out.
Well,
stuff's real.
It's been proven. New Affirm of the Spark says, hashtag Jenny, we are a pop singing group of a good guys.
Yes, I think they are good guys.
Yes, of a good guys.
Of
even.
a good guys?
Yes, that's what it
Where's the next show?
Literally what it says.
Tell us when the next show is, Guy.
Yes.
Yes.
Rocky Huber says in the chat, Matt, maybe you should get rid of some of your action figure collection and give them to kids for Christmas this year, LMAO.
No used toys, man. New, inbox, unwrapped.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't have any action figures. Kiss is my favorite.
Well, you have two.
Very few, but I have a couple.
So you can't say I don't have any. You said I don't have any.
People assume because Kiss is my favorite band that I collect and that I have action figures and whatnot. I'm somewhat of a minimalist, so I've never really collected anything.
Dust. You like to collect dust?
Yeah, I don't. I'm like the opposite. Like our friend Dan Randall of Dan Randall and the Randlettes. Like he collect. Like he's got entire rooms in his house of just
Is it
nothing but
consider
Kiss
a
stuff.
collection if you leave stuff everywhere, like the way you leave change everywhere? Is that a collection?
No, that's not a collection.
But it's everywhere.
Yes,
and
yes.
It's kind of collecting.
Miriam Banish, I can't remember if I said hello to Miriam in the chat room. Hi, Miriam. Guy Lazarus says, the grand prize ought to be an appearance on the Alex Jones show dealing with the war on Christmas. Yes, these secular liberals, they don't want anyone to say Merry Christmas. Even though everyone says Merry Christmas. 603-250-6007 is the number. 603-250-6007. We should, speaking of Alex Jones, by the way, just a quick thing. I know some people are probably sick of Kanye West, but did you happen, I don't think I asked you.
You can't say that until they're done spewing hate, and they keep doing more, so hey, they're going to stay in the news.
Well,
as they should.
Yeah. Did you see any of the clips of him on Alex Jones?
Oh, I saw a lot more than the clips that were, because one of the podcasters I follow had the whole thing.
Yeah.
And there's other pieces in there that were missing. Oh my gosh. It's something else, boy.
He's all the way in.
Well, and he starts singing in various parts that just makes no sense.
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Oh, yeah. And you can see multiple places where Alex Jones himself is like, what? He's like in shock. Like, I don't know what to do with this.
What I did see,
But he argued that Caden or Canyon, whatever you want to call, I'm not going to call him whatever, because he ain't got no respect for my people. I ain't got no respect for him, okay? All right? The guy argued with Alex Jones about what a good guy Hitler is.
Yeah.
That he did good things. He argued with Alex Jones over the goodness of Hitler.
I wouldn't say argued, only because Alex Jones.
You didn't see the footage I saw. I saw extended footage.
Well, no, I know what you're talking about. I think I saw the clips where Alex Jones, but see, I wouldn't call it arguing, because what it seemed to me was Alex Jones was not so much. Alex Jones was pushing back. By the way, guys, the dynamics of this are fascinating to watch.
The argument wasn't from Alex Jones. The argument was from Kanan.
No, but I mean...
Or Clanyon.
Clanyon, that's good. There you go. Or Klanye?
Klanye, yes.
It's like they call some of these podcasters, now they call... If you heard this, they call Candace Owens Clandis Owens, because she keeps defending Kanye.
Hey...
But what was I going to say? Okay, so the in the clips I saw, so yes, Kanye, that's good. Kanye is talking about how much he loves Hitler. And by the way, guys, if you haven't seen it, I'm not saying that just kind of summarizing what his vibe was or being hyperbolic. He literally says he loves Hitler.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying about the argument, and it was a one-sided argument, is Alex Jones says to Klanyon, it's not like you're not Hitler, you're not a Nazi.
Well,
or
that's
anything
what
like
I
that.
mean. He keeps
and
trying
then,
to, right.
Well, then Klanyon goes, oh, no, Nazis aren't bad. And then Alex is like, well, trying to soften the blow. And then Kanye retorts with, no, I'm saying Hitler is a good guy. And,
that's what's
so he was arguing, no, I'm trying to say it's a good guy. And every time Alex would try to diffuse that down to, well no, not really, Klanyon would be like, oh, no.
Well, that's
guy.
That's what's so fascinating about the dynamics.
He was arguing over that.
Right, but not really arguing. I wouldn't call it arguing, because
he was very strongly pushing his opinion.
Well, because what it seemed like was happening was Alex Jones kept trying to throw him a lifeline, kept trying to help Kanye spin it so that it didn't seem so bad.
I don't think that at all.
Oh, I think that's what he was doing, because Alex Jones kept saying things like, "Well, you're not a Nazi.
No,
you just like
he's
at one point
trying to save his own butt. He's sitting there on his own show. This is what's going on air. He's trying to say, I don't think Hitler's a good guy. I don't think Nazis are a good guy. And Klanion's going, oh, yeah, they are. And he's going, oh, no, they're not. He wasn't about saving Klanion. He was trying to save his own butt.
What I mean though, rhetorically, is he kept trying to throw him a lifeline because he kept trying to say, well, you're not really a Nazi. You just, at one point he actually said to him, you just really like the uniforms, right? Because you're a designer and you just really, he kept doing things like that.
That was a crazy
trying
one.
Trying to make it seem less, less Nazi.
Racist?
Yeah,
Less racist?
Like he kept trying to help Kanye sort of spin it, and it was just that dynamic was fascinating. And at one point, Alex Jones kind of gave the game away when he at one point. Did you see where Alex Jones he actually starts laughing, but it's not like
it's
a humorous laugh. It's like he starts laughing nervously, and then he says something
he doesn't know where to go with it.
Yeah, and then he says something like, I'm supposed to be the crazy one around here. And he's really nervous. But he kept trying to throw Kanye a lifeline, a way to like talk his way out of it. And Kanye's like, no, I'm here to drown.
No matter how many times you try to spin a racist, it's still a racist.
Yeah.
People try to make excuses when Roseanne Barr happened. No matter how much you try and put a spin on it, they're still a racist. Period. You don't get to try and wish it away or make it go away. And that's what people usually do in society. They go, oh, you didn't really mean that. That's not what you really meant.
Yeah, well, that's what Alex Jones...
You just spoke from your heart. That was the friggin' truth right there. This guy is a full-on Nazi racist whose best friend is a Holocaust denier who carted around tiki torches around a college campus.
You're talking about Nick Fuentes.
Yes, that's his best friend, Kanye.
Oh,
Kanye and him are bosom buddies now. They're all over the place together.
Milo Yiannopoulos was there too.
And Kanye had his face all covered.
Yeah, that was
and
bizarre.
His gloves covered. He started singing in weird places, like weird stuff. His behavior was really rather manic. But whether I don't doubt that he might have some issues going on, but that's not what causes racism.
No, he is a
full-on racist.
He's severely mentally ill, but yes, he's also a full-on Nazi, clearly. I mean, he actually said that he loves Hitler. You don't get any more. He also gave Hitler credit for inventing the microphone, which is not true. I thought that was
interesting.
Odd. But it was just, I'd never seen...
But his justification is it's under his watch.
Yeah.
So because it was under his watch, he gets the credit.
I'd never seen Alex Jones. Just the dynamic was so interesting. Alex Jones was in a position I've never seen him in before.
I've never seen him squirm so bad ever.
No, he was.
I really think he was trying to save his own butt.
I mean, the most.
Although you got Nick Fuentes sitting to the left of you. What butt do you got left to cover here?
Yeah.
Holocaust denier, that guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Full on Holocaust denier. But so is Kanye. He was he point blank said literally there was no 6 million that died.
Yeah.
He said it on more than one occasion too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's any coming back from this for him.
We need to pay attention to this, okay? Because anti-Semitism is becoming more and more mainstream, and it's acceptable in a lot of areas of society. People don't call each other out on things, and this stuff festers. Crime against people who are Jewish has gone exponentially higher. In New York alone, 75% increase. In highly Jewish segments, people going out of their way to attack people because they're Jewish. All right, people see this before, they say never again, but then never again happens. It's genocide is happening in Ukraine, and Jews across this country at a higher risk. I'll tell you, it still gets to me in a really big way. And this happened recently. You and I were coming back from Concord from something, and we went by the temple, and we're like, oh, it's the cop. Oh, yeah, that's right. They have cops. They have armed cops, armed guards, armed cops. I think it's mostly all cops outside synagogues now for services because it's just not safe. This is across the country and across the state of New Hampshire. That's what's happening, and everywhere else. We need this to not just disappear. I don't want people to stop talking about him for that reason. We need to fester this out, weed out the disgusting racists that are amongst us in society and are contributing to the death and destruction that's going on across this country.
Jeff 9 says, I have a friend who is friendly with Kanye. He says he is very intelligent, but far out there. Well, I think he's more than far out there, Jeff. He's a Nazi. I mean,
Anybody that hangs out with somebody like him that's also a Holocaust denier, by the way.
Once you proclaim your love of Hitler, that pretty much seals the deal, I think.
Yeah, there's a friendship I wouldn't want in the first place, but in the very least, I certainly wouldn't advertise it.
I mean, he literally says during his appearance on Alex Jones, he says that he loves Hitler.
Yes.
And he says it like he's like
yes.
He says it like he really puts the emphasis on it.
And he gets defensive and says, Hitler did do some good things. There are good things that happened under his watch, like the development of the microphone. I mean, he literally goes there.
He gives them credit for that and inventing highways.
Oh, yes.
Which
isn't true.
Well, now Germany is the country are innovators with the Autobahn. I think that was before we had our interstate highway system, but I don't think that even happened during Hitler. I think that was before, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it did start before, yes.
Yeah. Oh, you got your wish from New Affirm of the Spark. We will say #Jenny Coffee. We are performing for a karaoke night at Sawmill 2 in Greensboro, North Carolina at Market Street on December 17, 2022 at 7 to 10 p.m. on Saturday evening. #Matt Connerton. Yeah. Jeff 9 says, I was trying to put it nicely. He uses stronger words than I did. Who? I don't,
who did?
I don't quite understand what Jeff means. Who uses, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
He means I think he means his friend uses stronger words when talking about how Kanye is out there, maybe? I think that's what he means.
There's a book I'm trying to think of, and I can't remember the name. It's something like Pillars of, I don't know, Zion or something to that effect. Shoot, I shouldn't even brought it up because I can't pull out the name. It's a book that Hitler actually used when he was out on the streets handing stuff out. It's used, I can't think of the name of it. Shoot, I'm sorry. It's an anti-Semitic book.
Yeah.
That basically, equates all things evil to Jews. Nothing new there, I guess, but,
Alex Whiteley says, I think it is worth mentioning how dangerous Kanye is as opposed to, say, Trump. Kanye has way more followers and has much more influence among the youth. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Kanye...
100% agree.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely, yeah. Plus, Trump would not go around talking about his love of Hitler. You know what I mean? Like
he's not that he's crazy, but he ain't that crazy. But he's crazy enough to invite that man to his table.
Yeah.
I wouldn't invite somebody to break bread at my table that spoke that way, no matter who he was.
No.
But he said, "Come on in." And see, that really bothers me because he has grandchildren that are Jewish. Like, what are you thinking?
Yep.
What are you are literally putting your stamp of approval on somebody that believes that Jews should be exterminated, that believes that Hitler was onto something. He literally said that.
Yep.
He literally brought up the efficiencies that Hitler created.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just... it's more out in our faces now, and people are accepting of it. They don't shut the people down. They ignore it. They walk away. They don't say anything. They accept it in society, and it festers, and it comes out even more and more and more.
Yeah. Melanie La Liberty from the great state of Vermont joins us and says, hey, guys. New Affirm of the Spark says, Kanye West, we say, he has to calm and sensitive. Huh? You sure it's not a bot?
I'm not quite I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yes. I saw, did I mention DJ Steve? I saw DJ Steve in the Facebook live chat, of course, from Retro Spectrum Radio with Paulie C. Friday nights from 8 to 11 p.m. If you'd like to join us today on the program, 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. Something else I wanted to mention, a quick thing. And I did say this on social media, but I just thought it was kind of funny. Friday on the program, we were talking about how, and I still get a kick out of this, Vladimir Putin apparently fell down some stairs and soiled himself.
I know, right?
Yes. We had a good time with that.
I think you should make sure that our listeners know that Vladimir Putin fell down some stairs and soiled himself.
Yes. For anyone who doesn't know, Vladimir Putin, the leader of Russia and mass murderer of Ukrainians, fell down some stairs and soiled himself the other day. And I think that's pretty funny because it's Vladimir Putin. But
wait, I just thought of something.
Yes.
They collect his poop everywhere he goes, remember?
Oh, that's right.
So they had to collect the poop that went down his leg.
Yes, they did.
His clothes. Like, they had to, bag that stuff
Well, I think that's only if he's traveling that they do that. But
was he at home when he fell down the stairs and soiled himself?
I just assume. I assume he was at home. And he was probably he had probably just gotten up in the morning, and he was excited to excited about his war and everything. And he's just walking down the stairs. I'm Vladimir. Oh no! And then he falls and poops himself. And Miriam Banish in the chat says,
did it happen in that order, or did he get so excited he pooped himself and then slipped in it and fell?
Well, that could be. That's even better. Miriam Banish says, Vladimir Poopin. Yes. And New Affirm of the Spark says, OMG, holy shoot, we said. Thank you for keeping it clean, New Affirm of the Spark. Yeah, so we had quite a bit of fun with that on Friday. But something kind of funny that happened. So longtime listeners of the show know that I've had a bit of a struggle with YouTube in that I used to put the show up on YouTube on a regular basis, and then I stopped because I kept getting flagged for a couple of things that I was not doing by YouTube, but I didn't want to risk losing my channel, so I stopped. I kept getting flagged for spreading misinformation about the 2020 election, even though I do the opposite of that. And I would get flagged for medical misinformation regarding COVID, even though I do the opposite of that. But the bots at YouTube were attributing things to me that were the opposite of what I was actually doing and claiming that I was violating their terms of service and that I would get a strike on my channel. So I just gave up on putting the show on YouTube. But I started doing it again. But now I only put the show on YouTube if I know that during the show that day, I did not discuss either of those two specific subjects.
Okay.
If I didn't discuss COVID and I didn't discuss the 2020 election, I've started putting the show on YouTube again. So I put Friday's show up on YouTube because I didn't discuss the 2020 election, didn't discuss COVID. I get a message shows up in my Gmail from YouTube informing me. Now, it wasn't a strike. They didn't hit me with a strike. But apparently Friday's show is banned. And this is not a joke, by the way. This is not a bit. This is 100% true. Friday's show is banned in Russia. So if you're in Russia...
I think that's a proudful thing.
Yes. But it's weird, though.
If you're in Russia, you're seeing a boycotted version. Yeah.
It's what's weird though about it is it showed up as a copyright claim. Now,
what?
Well, okay, so for those who don't know, when you upload something to YouTube, if you violate their terms of service, you can get a strike. Like you can get a copyright strike if they think you maliciously violated somebody's copyright, or, which is bad, you don't want to strike because you're only allowed to get so many within a certain span of time, and you can lose your whole channel. In fact, we know somebody who's very worried about that right now.
Yes.
But you can also get a copyright claim where a copyright holder just claims your video because you're using some of their content. And so you're not in any trouble if that happens, but you can't monetize that content because somebody else owns the copyrighted material in the video. So say, for example, I play a song during the show that somebody holds a copyright on. I'm not going to get in any trouble, but I won't ever be able to monetize that video, which is fine. So I got a copyright claim, and it was for if you're going to play in Texas, the song that I play for Texas Mike when he's on. That's what it said. A copyright claim for that. Now, whenever that pops up, anytime I upload a show that has that song in it, I get that same copyright claim. But usually it just says this part of the video is muted.
Yeah.
And because of an enforced copyright, fine, no problem. So the song is muted, whatever. But that's not what it said this time. It said due to it flagged that song as the copyright claim, but then it said, due to this copyright claim, this video is banned in Russia. It didn't say anything. So I'm like, that's weird.
That's wild.
And that can't be a coincidence.
No.
So
No, it
it's
can't be.
it's almost as though the bots picked up something, like they picked up me talking about what happened to Vladimir Putin, but the system has no way to flag that in an email. So instead it attached it to a copyright claim. Really weird. But yeah, so anyway, so we had a lot of fun with that on Friday's show, but the video is banned in Russia, and I just I thought that was pretty funny.
I think that should be a badge of honor for you.
It is, yes.
And I did find the book title.
Ah,
The book I was trying to think of is called The Protocols of the Elders of Zion.
okay.
It's a very, very anti-Semitic book, and it's used to incite hatred, of course, and such. But that was the name of the book that I couldn't think of. I believe, did it come out of Germany or of Russia? I think it came out of Russia. I'm seeing a notation that there was some printings in the 1920s out of Germany, but I'm not positive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, here we go. It originally came from 1903.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's rather old. It's been used time and time again by anti-Semites to spread hate and so forth. But it came to my attention because I guess the podcaster I was talking about it in relation to Clannion and the things that he was saying and where some of that actually originates out of this book.
Ah.
So that was the book.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I didn't want to leave you hanging on what I was trying to think of.
Yes. Jeff 9 in the chat says Vladimir Putin. I like that.
That's a good one.
That's good. Well done, sir. Vladimir Putin. Yes. Melanie La Liberty says, interesting, Matt, acting like you have never pooped yourself. I have no comment. Miriam Banish says his poop lubricated the slide down the stairs. Rocky Huber says Vladimir diarrhea.
I like the Vladimir Poopin.
Yeah,
or Poopton.
Vladimir Poopton.
Vladimir
Poopton.
That's a nice that could be the full name.
Yes.
And we could use the other one for short.
Yes. And our friend Crystal from the great state of Illinois joins us in the chat. Hello, Crystal. 603-250-6007 is the number if you'd like to join us today. 603-250-6007. The studio line is open.
Little correction. New firm of the Spark has said, hashtag Jenny, we said awesome tattoo on your arm. For those who can visually see me, I have a rather colorful left arm.
You should move your water bottle.
Sorry.
There you go.
There we go. So for those who can see and for others I will describe, I can actually remove this. It's actually a sleeve. It's not a tattoo, and it's actually not for showy purposes. It's called medical compression. And in this case, it's treating lymphedema in my arm, my hand, and my fingers that came from the breast cancer. But there's a place called Lymphedivas. I wish they'd make me like a spokesperson, you know? Yeah, I mean, if you got to wear something medical, why not make it fun? And they have these that are fun. And so I like to have fun medical supplies whenever I can. Like my port nurse uses Wonder Woman Band-Aids, for example. Hey, have fun with it. If you got it, have fun with it. Make it a joke, have fun. But it is quite the conversation starter at times.
New affirm of the Spark says, oh, okay, hashtag Jenny Coffee. We saw it, hashtag Jenny Coffee. Hashtag Matt Connerton, we say you are okay. Well, thank you.
A-okay, buddy.
Alex Whiteley, our friend from the UK, wants to know, will you guys be watching the Harry and Meghan Netflix show? I personally, I care so little, I forgot that it existed.
No, I don't.
Yeah, no.
I don't think so.
No.
There was some new show I was watching recently, though. I like comedies.
Mm-hmm.
I like things that make me laugh. What was it? I forget what it was called. Reboot.
Yes.
Was that Hulu or Netflix?
Hulu, I think.
Oh, yeah. It was funny.
Yes.
Makes me laugh. I like that.
Tomorrow is a big day. Tomorrow is election day, and election day in December. Yes, well, there's one election, pretty important one. The Georgia runoff. Of course, Raphael Warnock, Senator Warnock, the incumbent, defending against Herschel Walker, the CTE victim.
How far the Republican Party has fallen.
Oh, our friend Mike from Queen City Cabinetry joins us in the Facebook Live chat. Hello, Mike.
Hola.
So something happened last week, and by the way, I know as far as the Georgia race, Democrats are being cautiously optimistic. The optimism comes from the fact that there's been so much early voting. Democrats are more apt to vote early, whereas Republicans prefer to vote on the day of. Generally, so there's been a lot of early ballots, which looks good for the Democrats, but that doesn't mean, and again, this is the cautious part of the optimism, that doesn't mean that there won't be an enormous turnout on Election Day of Republicans showing up to vote for Herschel Walker. However, there has been, there's a lot of data that shows that, Brian Kemp did really well in his reelection for governor against Stacey Abrams. He did well. And there's a lot of data that shows that there was a lot of ticket splitting where people voted for, in the election, the first election, people voted for Brian Kemp for governor, but then voted for Raphael Warnock for the Senate to keep him in the Senate. So they split the tickets. So not a lot of enthusiasm for Herschel Walker, but of course he would be another seat for the Republicans in the Senate.
It just mind boggles me how that's the pillar for the Republican Party now.
Well, he's a warm body to be there, and
it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. They have all these high and mighty attitudes. We want the Christian, high and mighty marriage, pro-life, everything, and then you get this guy that's got how many baby mamas? Like 4?
Oh,
that we're aware of.
I'm not good at math.
I don't know. It might be more now.
I couldn't even.
I don't
tell
know. And there's no way to it's not like you're gonna say these are women that are coming out just to taint his reputation. No, man. There's proof and everything. Like there's genetics and stuff. His own son made a video like how he's about what a liar he is and how much he isn't present for them, doesn't take care of them. Everything that Republicans swear they stand for, this guy doesn't do in real life. And he makes no sense. He just makes no sense. Have you listened to this man talk?
I rather enjoyed hearing his thoughts on and analysis about whether or not it would be better to be a werewolf or a vampire. I found it. I was intrigued.
I laughed, but I'm disgusted.
I would like to know more about what he thinks. I felt like he just barely scratched the surface with that.
Did you hear Obama bringing that up? Because Obama down there campaigning.
Yeah.
If you haven't heard him, folks, look up the video on Obama campaigning in Georgia, and he brings it up, and he talks about how happy he is to know that he might want to be a werewolf, I think. But it coming out of Obama's mouth and the way he words it, it's freaking hysterical.
Well, Obama has an excellent delivery.
He's an incredibly good orator.
Yeah. But he's also good.
He always has been.
He's good at delivering a joke too. He could have been a stand-up comic.
Oh my God, yeah. My all-time favorite speech of his was when he went to the correspondence dinner, and he had the comedian with him as his anger translator.
Yeah,
that was hysterical.
The same guy who's on the reboot.
The reboot, yes.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is, we've moved on from Putin, but I just want to read this comment. Rick Smith said in the chat, I bet Putin is the type who loves to smell his own farts. And Mike from Queen City Cabinetry says, vampire, definitely.
See, I agree.
Crystal, our friend from Illinois, says, I should have tagged Senator Warnock. His campaign keeps sending me... weeks ago. I'm sorry. I should have tagged Senator Warnock weeks ago about the excessive text messages his campaign keeps sending me when I've never lived in Georgia, let alone be able to vote in their elections. Not a single text today. Yay. Huh. Interesting. I wonder. Yeah, you ended up on somebody's list somehow. Scott.
Those lists are absolutely messy.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. They're never up to date. There's always a problem. Like, I'm telling you.
Scott Robinson joins us in the chat room, as well as Joe Friday, who says hello to my lovely Jen.
And to my lovely Joe Friday, hello.
So there's something...
Mayhaps I will see you at party.
there's something that happened recently that I just thought was so strange. In that I just I don't know. I mean, it's cool that this guy is being so honest about what he thinks and whatnot. You don't often see this in politics, but if I were a Republican, I'd be really angry at this guy. The lieutenant governor in Georgia, did you see this?
No.
He's a Republican, the lieutenant governor, and he actually told a story about going to vote. He went to vote early, but he ended up not voting because he went there and he didn't feel like he could vote. He said he waited in line for like an hour, and then by the time...
Oh, my God, yes.
By the time he actually got into the booth, he just kind of stared at the ballot and said, I can't in good conscience vote for either of these people. And he just didn't vote. And it's just...
That is a vote.
Really unusual and strange to see.
I find it refreshing.
I do too, but
he couldn't hold his nose and vote. He couldn't do it. But the fact that he could share that.
Well, that's the thing. If I were a Republican, though, especially if I were a Republican in Georgia, I would be angry that the lieutenant governor, I mean, it is political malpractice. And it's just odd. And I wonder what his motivation was for doing that.
Is it truly political malpractice if you're having ethics? I would argue that ethics can be a part of that.
Right.
I think
right. I respect that he spoke his truth and spoke his conscience. I just so I'm not knocking the guy, but I'm just saying from a purely political state, just giving it a dispassionate, objective political analysis. If I were a Republican and I wanted that warm body in there, Herschel Walker to be in there just to hold that seat, I would be like, what the hell is this guy doing? It really surprised me that he felt compelled to tell everyone that. And again, this is the lieutenant governor of Georgia, although I guess he's not running for re-election. But here's what he said. Now, this is from the Washington Examiner. Herschel Walker, one of the worst candidates in history, says GOP Georgia lieutenant governor. It says here, the lieutenant governor of Georgia believes Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker is one of the worst candidates the GOP has ever chosen. Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, a Republican, said in an interview with CBS News congressional correspondent Nicole Killian that he does not think Walker is the right challenger for Senator Raphael Warnock, the two are facing off in a runoff election on Tuesday. Duncan said he is a conservative, but does not think the party picked the right people to face off against Democratic incumbents or candidates in the 2022 midterm elections. He said, quote, I'm a conservative because I think it's the best way to govern. I've been a Republican a lot longer than a lot of folks. I think I've got kids probably that could articulate the conservative platform better than some of the candidates that Donald Trump and his group supported all across the country, unquote. I do think this guy's a never Trumper, but that he just comes right. It's like he's, you know what I mean? Like, again, yeah. I respect him for speaking his mind, but it's like
he's got no skin in the game, man. He can be truthful.
I guess.
I like it, but I wish he was truthful while he still had skin in the game. That's the problem.
It says here, many marquee candidates endorsed by former President Donald Trump suffered defeat at the hands of their Democratic opponents, including Carrie Lake in Arizona for governor, Tudor Dixon for Michigan governor, and Don Bolduc for New Hampshire senator, among others. Duncan said, quote, this wasn't the right brand for Republicanism, and I think Herschel Walker will probably go down as one of the worst Republican candidates in our party's history, unquote. Duncan did not seek re-election this year, partly due to his vocal opposition to Trump. He, along with recently re-elected Governor Brian Kemp and Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, pushed back against the former president when he sought to overturn Georgia's 2020 election results. And that might play into part of why, too, he feels so free to speak his mind. This criminal
charge is going to be happening there.
Yeah. Well, in Georgia, Georgia doesn't seem that friendly to Trump to begin with, because Georgia is one of the few places in the country where Republicans can really, even though it's technically in the South, the Republicans there, like Brian Kemp and like Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, they refuse to go along with the big lie Raffensperger, as you will recall, is the one who Trump was on the phone with that day,
Yep.
telling him, come on, I just need 11,000 votes. Come
Just
on,
one
you got
more.
just find 11,000 votes. Come on.
Yep.
And they were very public about it, especially Raffensperger, but also Brian Kemp saying, look, this election was fair, it was accurate, and this is we can't do anything
As he
for the
should.
president.
The position of Georgia has been consistently, we did our election correctly. They, recount whatever, everything they've said and everything they've shown and looked at says they did their election correctly. And the being told that there's some kind of defunct part of the system that people can rip off votes in Georgia is ticking the people of Georgia off. They're like, wait a minute here.
Yeah.
We know how to hold an election. And they do. And that's obvious when you look at how the people voted.
Yeah, that's why they haven't. That's why they haven't let Trump go and go there and campaign for Herschel Walker, because he would do more harm than good.
Well, if it was really fixed, they wouldn't be having Republicans at the head.
Well,
It would have been a Democrat
right.
rush all the way through if it had been fixed.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, that's
Just
why.
like New Hampshire.
That's one of the things that makes the voter fraud.
But they pushed it further than that
Speculation.
in Georgia, and they went into the realm of illegal actions, and they should be held accountable for it. I mean, for heck, was it the Georgia mother and daughter that were volunteers with the election that were getting death threats? Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ruby Freeman. I
Come
think.
on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Come on. You
Yeah,
put
because
other people's lives at risk.
Trump called her a vote hustler.
Yeah.
Based on just something he just
they
made
were
up
part
and
of some dark cabal.
put her life in danger and her mother's life in danger in the process.
And you wonder why people don't want to volunteer for election
Yeah,
day.
no kidding.
There's your sign.
Who needs it?
Oh, seriously.
Who needs it? If you're going to get death threats,
Right?
it's yeah. Fortunately, I'm relieved that we got through these midterms with no real. I was genuinely concerned there would be violence, and
I remember you being worried about that.
Yeah,
I do.
and
I didn't expect to see it here, though.
and I really can't think of anything that happened.
But I really shouldn't say that because it can happen anywhere. Yeah.
Says here a jury in again, this is from the Examiner, Washington Examiner. A jury in Georgia's Fulton County is hearing testimony on the president's actions in 2020, and county investigators led by District Attorney Fani Willis have subpoenaed several high-profile Republicans to testify, including Senator Lindsey Graham, Republican of South Carolina, and Mark Meadows, former White House Chief of Staff. The Peach State is seeing record-breaking voter turnout among Georgians who voted early last week in the December 6th runoff election. The turnout appears to include slightly more likely Warnock voters than those who voted early in the general election. If Warnock wins, he will increase the Democratic Senate Majority Leader 51 to 49.
The more independents that come out to vote, the more cemented that is. And I honestly believe that Warnock is going to take it.
Yeah, I think so, probably.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think there was enough of a gap, and the amount of early voters does kind of lean in that direction because there aren't a lot of Republicans that vote absentee anymore. It used to not be a big deal.
Yeah.
now it's this big deal.
Yeah, unless you're in a state where that's primarily how they do it. Like out west,
How else are you going to do it?
You have
It's
states
so
like
rural.
Utah and Montana and places where you don't have any choice, and yet
Yeah.
Republicans win. So
I don't want to live in the middle of nowhere. There's no medical there, I like being in close proximity to like fire and EMS and stuff,
yes,
I can't imagine living that far out. Like the Pony Express is coming.
Scott Robinson in the chat says he just finished season 5 of The Handmaid's Tale. Excellent show.
Seriously, I
Oh.
can't wait till next season. I'm with you.
Joe Friday says, who did the painting behind you, Matt? Love it. Giraffe, I believe that was Gonzo.
I think it's one of Gonzo's. Yeah.
And our friend Fredo is on the line. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I just wanted to say that I think if Herschel Walker wins, we can officially look to the movie Idiocracy as a prophecy movie.
Oh, I think we were already there.
Because I think at this point, Herschel Walker is President Camacho. I mean, like, at what point do we not recognize that we live in a place of cult of personality?
Oh yeah,
and it just doesn't matter. I mean, have you listened to this guy ramble?
Oh my God, yes. He makes no sense whatsoever.
I think he has handlers that are keeping the press from asking him questions, because all he has to do is open his mouth and people will hear how horrible, like
he's got to be the worst candidate in the history of the Republican Party ever. Like,
so I just, if you, I think if you just want to look at where we're headed, just watch the movie Idiocracy, and just assume that is going to become a real-time documentary for where we're headed.
Sad, isn't it?
Now, Fredo, would you rather be a werewolf or a vampire? Because Herschel Walker apparently would rather be a werewolf. What are your thoughts?
Well, he did say that vampires are some cool people. He did say that.
Yes. But better,
I believe he.
But I think
he was like, if you don't know, kind of like you should know that already.
It should be easy. You got to be a vamp, man.
But a werewolf is faster, right? Like a werewolf can
You're gonna like walk around on the ground and tear stuff apart to eat. I'd rather be able to sip it like a fine wine.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, see what I'm going there? See it?
I guess, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't know, man. I'm old school. I like my vampires to go crispy in the sun. I'm not one of these post-Twilight vampire people.
Right.
I'm more of a Bram Stoker. At least when it comes to film, like we can go Nosferatu. That's fine. I just think if you hit the sun, you
what
should
about
go
Interview with a Vampire?
I like.
Gonna go with those? Interview with a Vampire? Yay, nay?
That's solid. Yeah.
All
of
right,
course.
solid. Good.
Let's
I can go there.
of course.
All right. Well, what do you? Yeah, go ahead.
When we talk about vampires, though, these are people who live forever. So they,
Oh, that's true. A werewolf doesn't live forever. I don't think Herschel Walker considered that. Maybe he doesn't want to live forever.
He doesn't consider condoms either, but there's that.
Well, won't get into that, but
well, I think whether we're talking about a vampire or a werewolf, Herschel Walker wants you to take care of that before it becomes a problem.
Oh, okay. That's the pressing issue of the day, huh?
So we've heard.
Gotcha.
I think once you take care of whatever vampire, whatever ails you, Herschel Walker is ready to give you $700 and let you know he's happy you took care of that. He'll send you a little thank you note. Thanks for not being a Dracula overnight for me.
I thought it was 600. Oh wait, inflation.
Yeah, no, you gotta account for that.
Oh man.
And wait, Georgia's got tax too, so you gotta consider taxes.
I think that's what we're voting for. Is there going to be a supply chain with human rights or not? I don't know. I think if you do want to get an abortion in Georgia, all you have to do is be Herschel Walker's girlfriend, and then you can get one.
One of Herschel Walker's girlfriends. He doesn't seem like he was very good at sticking to one. I think he's got up to 4 or 5 baby mamas.
I'm trying to keep it light, man. But if this guy wins, I don't know. Part of me wants.
I know one thing. I ain't going anywhere near Georgia.
I want to see it. I want to see it go crazy. Let's see it go off the rails. Let's see what happens when we elect this clown.
No.
How?
No. Heck no. No. You don't put that in the Capitol. No.
No. Yeah.
Come on.
That's the most morbid kind of humor. Why don't we elect someone who's just a cult of personality, and regardless of how horrible he acts, we can push him because he's going to vote for what we want.
I'd rather vote for Vermin Supreme.
Never done that before.
Yeah.
Can I trade him for Vermin Supreme? At least that way I get free
ponies
tooth care.
With Vermin Supreme, we get ponies. I don't know what his stance is on taking women's right to choose.
Vermin?
He's
all for
on that.
He's totally for women's rights.
I would assume he's pro-choice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's
absolutely
fair to say. Yeah.
Yes. and good
I think
oral
it's nuts that
hygiene.
these Republicans. What's really crazy is the Republican, kind of like the hive mind going crazy that they didn't think that women's issues were going to be such a big deal. Like that's why their red wave didn't happen. They thought everyone was concerned with the economy.
And
you know, like I guess it's I don't know. Sure, the economy is important, but it doesn't matter how the economy is doing when you live in the Handmaid's Tale. So
exactly.
I think that they completely underestimated the backlash against their dirty baseball with loading the Supreme Court the way they did, and that's really what happened. You know, these I've been saying it for years. These Republicans sold their soul to the devil. They got Donald Trump elected. They knew can't tell me evangelicals felt good about a Donald Trump vote, but they did it so that they could get their Supreme Court votes, and now they did, and they completely underestimated the backlash against it. You know, they thought they were just going to let that one fly. It's not going to stand.
A lot of people
Herschel Walker is it's like extra salt in the wound there. You know, to elect this guy who's going to vote against abortions, yet pays for them privately to give this party an edge to further their taking away women's rights. It is insane.
Sends them flowers with cards, gives them a check, this evidence.
They thought there wasn't going to be a backlash. Like, of course there's going to be a backlash.
But I think it speaks to...
Merrick Garland got robbed, and now... You know, you were able to push Coney Barrett and this drunk clown over here. What's his name? He was boofing with Skeeter. Brett Kavanaugh.
Yes.
I mean,
I like beer.
It's gnarly. It's gnarly. Just think about
Still like beer.
What would have happened if the popular vote actually went the way of
I think
if we didn't have electoral college and people's votes actually mattered, none of this would have happened. So people, of course, are going to backlash against it. You know, I think the only thing that's going to hurt us is people who become more disenfranchised by the fact that it was going that way and don't participate. But if we get a higher voter count, no matter where you are, obviously it's going to go blue. You know, whether you're so left you don't like blue, or you're just left of center like most people. I think that's the real fear, is that people will be disenfranchised by how bad things are and not participate.
Fredo, you brought up Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. He's actually on the other line. He wanted to rebut something that you said. Go ahead, sir.
I drank beer with my friends. Sometimes I had too many beers. I liked beer. I still like beer. Had beers, have some beers. One beer, drink beer, drinks beer, drank beer, and drinking beer. You've probably had beers, Senator.
Beach Week Ralph Club biggest contributor.
You know, I got a weak stomach, whether it's with beer. I like beer.
Haven't answered that.
I like beer. I don't know if you do.
Okay.
Do you like beer, Senator, or not? What do you like to drink?
Next one.
Hanging out and having some beers with friends, which I gladly do, and which I fully embrace.
Oh, very nice. Always nice to hear from Justice Kavanaugh on a Monday. Yes.
I want to know, is he a constitutionalist on the issue of keg standing?
I'm sure.
He already hung up, but all I know is he really likes
strong
beer.
Constitutionalist.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say yes. I would say the yay, yes.
He's got to have a strong constitution to be able to drink all that beer.
To speak to what you brought up, though, when you're talking about they didn't count on how upset people would be about women's rights. I think that's a global issue that's going on. And I think it's something that we can build momentum on more in this country to secure rights of women, to, again, make women equal to men in the society. Look what happened in Iran. Where it's the fevered pitch of fighting for the rights of women has actually caused them at this point to disband the morality police and consider what they're putting on women. At least that's something, a step in the right direction. Here, they didn't count on that happening here either, that they would take away women's rights and women would not stand up. And men, for that, likely wouldn't stand up for the women that they love and care for to have their rights. 100% right on that.
It needed to happen internally because, you know, liberals feel weird criticizing Islam, which, just like Christianity, is heavily patriarchal and it pushes women down. You know, their whole religion is based on a man being God. It's really insane. whether you believe in God or not, you have to understand that this is a religion oppressing women. But because, right, they're a world away, it needed to happen internally. I'm really happy to see that there's people standing up against their theocratic dictators there in that country. All we can do is cross our fingers and hope that, some sanity returns to that part of the world. We obviously can't be the world police forever, and it's almost wrong to criticize the religion when people say, "Oh, well, that's I'm okay criticizing a religion. I'm okay with criticizing anywhere that doesn't allow women to drive, or thinks that female circumcision is okay. It's okay to call these people out. It doesn't make you less a liberal. It doesn't make you less tolerant. I think you just gotta, look at human rights and see they're being infringed upon in different parts of the world for different reasons. And it is exciting to see revolution, especially against theocracy. And you know what? Because it makes me, I think we all feel fearful now of the theocracy here in this country. I mean, these Supreme Court justices right now are ruling because of their religious tendencies, and it's not we're in danger of losing a secular state, a state that separates church from itself here in this country. So I'm happy to see revolution against that anywhere in the world. Good for Iran.
Yep.
I think people get nervous when it comes to Islam. People get nervous talking about it because if you look at, say, for example, Sam Harris, who I think gets a raw deal, he's written books critical of religion in general, but when he talks about Islam, everyone calls him an Islamophobe, and he gets called a bigot and all of this, and so I think people get nervous about it. But I agree with what.
Well, what's funny is if you criticize Islam, you're an Islamophobe, but if you criticize Christianity, no one accuses you of being I don't even know what the word is, Christian phobe or whatever. You know what? I'm okay with that. Being a Christian phobe or just a religious phobe in general. You're whatever sky daddy you worship, that's fine. But don't let it start making rules for the rest of us who don't believe in your sky daddy. So whether your sky daddy is Abrahamic or, and that includes the Judeo-Christian Islamic world there, or whether it's Eastern, there are hundreds of gods, and I'm sure that yours is right. But when it comes to the rest of us who don't believe in that, we don't want your sky daddy's rules making government restrictions for the rest of us who want a separation. Yep. We want a freedom from religion, not just of religion, but from it. And I don't know. Maybe the day will come when people realize that human rights are more important than whoever's desire for there to be their heavenly rights. But we're not there yet. We're still a country full of people who think that angels are real. So, unfortunately, we're just, until knowledge and people's awareness and rejection of these old, ancient, defunct, and archaic beliefs, once that dies, until that dies, I think we're going to be subject to this kind of, sky daddy believers making government rules for the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean, I
like to use their own stuff against them. Like when people say that, when Christians tell me that smoking marijuana is bad, I say, well, look at the Genesis where God says, "I give you all seed-bearing plants." How about that? There's so many inconsistencies in their book. You can use whatever for or against whatever argument you want. It's just nonsensical, but it's the reality we live in. These people are in charge, and they're making the rules.
Well, that's why I often say that to me, organized religion is largely political, not spiritual.
Absolutely,
it has at least in the way that it's
used. You can't get elected. No atheist has ever been elected. So even if you're not religious, like Obama,
not true.
Obama was not religious, but he sure pretended to be, just because he's Machiavellian. And every other politician, that if you want to get elected, even if you don't go to church on Sunday, you better pretend you do, especially during election season. Go to church.
I disagree with you.
Appear to be, praising whatever be, because the average Joe doesn't believe that values can come inherently from the experience of human life. They believe that it has to come from something else. And you know what? I'm sure some people need a fictional whatever in their life. Some people need Jesus. That's fine. So you don't, go home and beat your wife or whatever. I hope you go to church for that. But the rest of us sane people, we don't need God to be good. We're just inherently, good people, because that's just our desire. It's not based upon a civic thing or a religious thing. It's just inherently human nature, I think, to be in a community and help each other out. That said, unfortunately, we live in a place where politicians, whether they believe it or not, they have to pretend to be that way. And I think that it's going to take someone with some cojones one day to be the person to say, I don't believe in God, but I think I'd be a good political leader, and I'd make good decisions for everyone's good, not just, whoever believes in what I believe or whatever.
Yeah, there certainly have been cases of people winning office who were non-believers, but not on a major level. Like, certainly not. I can't imagine a president of the United States being elected who was.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the selectmen in some small town.
Oh, sure.
Or like the mayor of Berkeley, California, or something like that.
Well, we got state reps here.
Yeah. I mean,
and I would little doubt that there hasn't been a senator or two. And New Hampshire has.
Nope. Hasn't happened.
Yeah, there's been state reps elected that are atheists.
On the state, right?
Absolutely,
state reps.
State level, sure. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, New Hampshire. There's 1 million people in New Hampshire. That's like smaller than the population of Boston. I mean, that's in any kind of significant way. Certainly at any national platform, there has never been an atheist.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right about that.
Elected. You know what I mean? It's just people are afraid.
That'll happen after a woman gets elected. I think that's going to be the hardest barrier is going to be atheists.
We're reaching a kind of some tipping point where at least half of the people are rejecting organized religion.
Yeah.
Well, statistically, yes. Statistically, there are less strict religious people in the world now than there were a decade ago or 2 decades ago. It's been consistently dropping, and there are more people that are agnostic or even atheist.
Well, here in New Hampshire, this is actually the least church-going state in the country.
Yep.
It is. It really is. It really is. It's wonderful.
It surprised me when I first learned that. I was really surprised. But apparently. Well, Fredo, we are way past the top of the hour. But before you go, do you have any shows coming up that you want to plug?
I want to say, Friday with the Faith Ann Band. We're playing with the Quahogs. And then in a month, I want to say January 6th, we're going to be at the Shaskeen.
Ah, very nice.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Have good shows.
To commemorate something good that happened on. Yikes.
We're going to show up.
Anyways, January 6th, we'll be there. January 6th.
We're going to show up and storm the place.
What? We're storming now? Do I get is there a prize? Is there chocolate? If there's chocolate, I'll go with you.
We're going to storm the Shaskeen. That's right.
Feel free to bring some bullhorns and a podium. I don't know, make some face
some
paint,
air poppers.
Do what you want to do.
I'm going to wear a funny hat. It's going to be great.
You got to go as Santa. You should go as Santa.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can come party with us. A little less treason in the air.
That sounds great. All right, Fredo, thank you so much for the call, my friend.
All right, brother. Take care.
All right, you got it. Bye-bye. All right, that was our friend. I love saying his full name, Alfredo Enrique Benavides.
Then I get hungry for Italian pasta.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because of Alfredo.
Yeah.
Yes.
See? Sorry.
We are way past the top of the hour. Let's take a break. I'm going to play this track. This is Cozy Throne, a song called I'll Tell You What Freedom Is. Cozy Throne is going to be performing live at the Hop Knot Friday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Really good Boston band. And then we'll show some love to our amazing sponsors, and then we'll be back with the balance of our show. This is Matt Connerton Unleashed, and we are live from WMNH 95.3 FM. Don't go away.
Feeling something else. Like I'll tell you what freedom is to me. No fear.
come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, 3 dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
Bring your kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry, located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
Clemento's Pizzeria, family friendly, awesome for a date night. Clemento's Pizzeria. For delivery, call 603-782-8450. Clemento's Pizzeria, the best pizza in town. 1875 South Willow Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. Best cocktails around. Come in as friends and leave as family.
This hour on WMNH is sponsored by CGI Business Solutions, located at 5 Dartmouth Drive in Auburn. They serve all your business needs, including employee benefits planning, corporate design and business administration, investments and wealth management, and customized business insurance solutions. Their phone number is 866-841-4600 or on the web at cgibusinesssolutions.com.
Hey, Maddie, are you excited for the holidays?
I am, Peter, but I hope that Santa makes it to every kid's house in Manchester this year.
Yeah, I'm worried about that too. I know how you can help, though.
Wow, Peter, tell me more.
Well, I know the people of Manchester will band together to help our kids. It's going to be a miracle on Elm Street.
Peter, I believe in the people of Manchester too. What do we need to do?
Well, call the morning show any weekday from 7 to 9, and you can donate. The number is 603-250-6007.
Or you could send a check made out to Hope NH Inc. and send it to 1045 Elm Street, Suite 300, Manchester, New Hampshire, 03101. Care of The Morning Show.
It's a miracle on Elm Street.
WMNH, rip the knob off.
Start off with 2 words. Made in America. Made in America. Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America.
Welcome back, everybody, as we cruise into our final segment today of Matt Connerton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire, also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester, and hello to all of our online listeners across the nation and around the globe. You can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc., etc. Today is a Monday, December 5, 2022. And Jenny is here as well at the news desk.
Present and accounted for.
Yes. And don't forget, coming up Wednesday is the big day. Miracle on Elm Street is finally almost upon us. And of course, if you'd like to donate, this is a toy drive for Manchester's kids through the Manchester Housing and Redevelopment Authority. And you can drop off toys right here at WMNH during the morning show at 1045 Elm Street. You can send a check made out to Hope NH Inc. if you'd like to do a monetary donation, and send that to WMNH at 1045 Elm Street, number 300, care of the morning show. Or you can just show up at the annual Christmas party December 7th, this Wednesday, starting at 4 p.m. at Bonfire. And what's going to be happening that day is Peter White of The Morning Show, of course. He's going to do kind of an extended version of The Morning Show. He's going to be here into the afternoon, and then I'll probably come in a little bit early for my show, and then Peter will head on down to Bonfire for the official party there, starting at 4 p.m. So going to be a big day, and it's not too late to donate. And I know last year, this will be the third year. First 2 years, just an incredible amount of toys and donations. And also there's a raffle, and the winner gets to sit in on an episode, be part of an episode of The Morning Show with Peter White.
Oh, nope. Correction. That's the top donor.
The top donor. I'm sorry.
Donor gets to come in and be on the morning show.
Yes.
The raffle itself is going to have a lot of different raffle prizes. I do believe they're also doing a 50-50 during the raffle. And remember that all the money's raised and all the toys and things that are donated are staying right here in the Queen City and helping Manchester children.
And you've donated a couple of paintings.
There's been a lot of great donations. Yes, I did donate a couple of paintings. I know that the Hop Knot donated a gift certificate. I know there's gift certificates from other places. I'm doing a poor job of thinking of those names. Peter is really good at that. But bottom line is, it's all about Manchester kiddos and making sure that they can have a happy year. And it's been rough on everybody the last few years, right? So let's all come out and help the kiddos. Think big, think out there. Don't just think little kids, think older kids too. Think about safety equipment. Think about a bicycle. All kinds of stuff.
Think about what you'd think about.
Think about what you think about.
Yes. As our president
think
would
about
say.
what you do or what you think your kids like to do, and think, I'll grab two of those or something and donate one in. Bottom line is, we just want to make sure that every kid in Manchester who needs to be remembered and needs to be shown that they're special and they matter and they count doesn't have anything empty.
And the Hop Knot, of course, donated a $25 gift certificate.
Yep.
And by the way, the band that I played at the break, Cozy Throne, they're going to be playing at the Hop Knot this Friday night from 7 to 9 p.m. That's a great Boston band, Cozy Throne. They've got, track is called I'll Tell You What Freedom Is About. And speaking of bands, too, at the event on Wednesday at Bonfire, Scalawag is going to be playing. And we know those guys. They also played an event that you put on a few years ago. So, I think they played last year at the Miracle too, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're really big on donating back to the community.
Absolutely.
I mean, you hear of them being there for a lot of different people. It's really great.
Yeah. Really good guys, and a great band too. The music is really good, so definitely recommend them. But yep, not too late to donate and participate. Speaking of participating, if you'd like to join us today on the program, we've got a little bit of time left today. 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can also text me at 617-917-4476. Tweet me at Matt Connerton, or send an email to matt@mattconnerton.com. And of course, you can interact and opine in the Facebook live chat. But the best thing to do so that we can hear and enjoy your dulcet tones is to give us a call at 603-250-6007. Scott Robinson in the chat room pointing out Wednesday is also Pearl Harbor Day, the anniversary of Pearl Harbor,
yes.
December 7th. Crystal, our friend from Illinois, said in the chat room, we were talking earlier about vampires and werewolves, which are, a hot topic in this runoff election in Georgia. Crystal said, speaking of vampires, I wonder whatever happened to the vampire dude who wanted to run for POTUS years ago. He was going to impale child molesters on the White House lawn. I don't remember that. Actually, it sounds vaguely familiar.
Really?
It sounds vaguely familiar to me,
that.
But yes. Rocky Huber said, earlier in the show, we were talking about Kanye West or Klanye, his appearance on the Alex Jones show. Rocky said, I never thought out of 3 people in a room, Alex Jones would be the least evil.
Right?
LOL. That is true. Yeah.
That
is true. He was the least evil because Nick Fuentes was there, and I think Milo Yiannopoulos was there too. Or was Milo there, or am I thinking of...
Fuentes just sat there grinning for a lot of it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it is weird to think of Alex Jones is trying to de-escalate
yeah,
something.
He was
really?
He's the reasonable one in the room, yeah.
That's insane. Yeah.
Yep.
He's broke.
Melanie La Liberty from the great state of Vermont says in the chat, after watching a vampire movie based in Alaska, I now question why they would live anywhere else. It's just most logical.
Right?
If you
6
like
months of darkness, they can be out all day.
If you like vampires, yeah. Well,
I
that's
think vampires the way to go, I'm saying.
that's why Sarah Palin is reputed to be a vampire. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I did not know
It's
that.
true. Yeah.
Oh, so now the dots are starting to connect. All righty. So they get those dogs running to bring back and forth the blood supply. That's what it is.
Joe Friday is asking a question in the Facebook live chat about a person we are not allowed to speak about. We have here on the program and at the station, I call it the Pay No Mind list. It is a relatively short list. There's probably 5 or 6 names on it, but there are certain individuals we are not supposed to speak about because speaking about them brings more trouble than it's worth. So I cannot answer that question, Joe Friday.
I got you, buddy.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, it's if if you just Google that person, you'll find all kinds of interesting information.
Oh no, I'll ship you the right one.
There you go. There you go. Alex Whiteley says in the chat room, our friend from the UK, vampires are far sexier than werewolves, so I'd probably be a werewolf by default. Rocky Huber says, forget a werewolf or a vampire. I want to be that bear that finds all the cocaine in the woods and and eats and goes on a rampage. Apparently, it's a true story.
It is. It is. He literally he ate a brick of cocaine and then went on this massive spree. I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that, and I thought it wasn't real at first. I really did.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Apparently, that truly did happen.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Melanie La Liberty says, interview with a vampire is embarrassing for vampires, all sexy and not evil blood-sucking killers that they are.
Stop it.
Oh, my goodness.
When you get to the really cool scene and they're in the brick and everything and they chain her up into the sunlight. Now, come on. That was totally vamp. That was totally vamp. Just saying.
Rocky Huber said, we heard, of course, earlier from Justice Kavanaugh about the beer. Rocky said, I like having beers while I think about what I think about.
Apparently, see, they'd get along. Maybe they're distant cousins.
New affirm of the Spark, our friend from Greensboro, North Carolina, who's in a pop singing group, says, we do love drinking root beer, #Jenny and #Matt.
I love root beer.
New affirm of the Spark is very wholesome, not going to drink actual beer, but will drink root beer. Yes.
I love root beer. That's my favorite beer, too.
I did when I was a kid.
No, do you just drink it to make me happy?
Oh, no.
Wait a minute.
I'll drink it occasionally now. I don't go out of my way for it, though.
Yeah, well, so this whole little special thing of getting the burgers and fries with root beer is just my little thing, and you're just going along with it.
I enjoy the root beer.
You didn't catch yourself fast enough to get out of that one, did you, bucko?
When I was a kid, I would drink gallons of root beer. Just
no,
all day
I'm not
long.
talking about when you were a kid.
All day long, just nothing but root beer.
I'm not talking about when you were a kid, bucko. I'm talking about us getting our burgers and fries and root beers, and that's supposed to be a special thing every so often.
Right.
It's just about me. It's not you two. You just go along to get along.
No, I enjoy that.
I thought you did.
Well, yes.
Now I'm not sure anymore.
But when I was a kid, I would drink a lot of root beer. Now I only drink it occasionally. Now I only drink it with you.
But you still like root beer.
Yes, I do.
I like root beer. I like to drink root beer.
I just don't go out of my way for it like I did when I was a kid.
I don't know. I think you're trying to cover up now. I'm wise to you.
Melanie, feeling some kinship with Fredo, who called earlier. She said, I think I was switched at birth, and this guy is my long-lost brother.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Tom Blanchard joins us in the Facebook live chat and says, that's your opinion. That's your choice. That's America. Yes.
Yep. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to be.
Melanie pointed out, and I think I remember reading this, there are 7 states that have laws banning electing atheists.
Really?
Yeah, that doesn't fly.
Wow.
She listed them here. Tennessee, Mississippi, North Carolina, Maryland, Arkansas, South Carolina, and Texas. Maryland surprises me.
Maryland surprises me, too.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that.
That one's a little weird.
Wouldn't have expected that.
Wow. See, that should be a national movement to get that changed. Racist, not.
Well, probably.
That's racist.
Probably nobody cares because
it's not it's a form of hate.
It's unenforceable.
I think race is a bad word to use. I'd say it's a form of hate, though.
Well, you can't. But it's probably.
If you don't have an invisible man, then you're not going to try and take my rights away. Okay. I got you. I'm good. Don't take my rights away.
New
That's my problem now.
New Affirm of the Spark says, we will have is a pop singing girl group of Hallowell's Charmed to have the girls performing at Sawmill 2 karaoke night at Market Street in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Like the real Hallowells?
They will be opening up Act for Us. Well, very exciting. Wow. It's
the Secret Witch family.
The daughters of Jerry Hallowell from the Spice Girls, I think.
No.
Oh, Melanie says Pennsylvania also. That's another state. Wow.
Really?
No kidding.
No kidding. Yeah, no wonder everybody lives here.
Rocky Huber said, do you guys think when Jenny and Matt leave on break together, they are sharing AP together?
Seriously, I saw this. Come on, you're gross.
The FCC actually prohibits that while there's a radio show going on.
You're grosser than gross.
You cannot do that.
No.
Nope.
Never. Not gonna happen.
Oh, our friend Isaiah Aline joins us in the Facebook live chat. Isaiah, of course, you might remember now, we haven't heard from him in a long time, but he did invite me, and I was very honored and flattered by this. He invited me to be his running mate. He is the Illuminati presidential candidate for 2024.
I thought he was Jesus.
Well, he's a candidate for the Illuminati, or the, I guess, which is a party, and
the Illuminatis don't like Jewish people. You can't do that.
Well, he invited me to be his running mate, but
you listened?
No, I'm not. I'm not his running mate. He's not even old enough to be president, so I don't know. I'm not sure how that would work. Yeah.
Don't you have to be 35?
Yes, 35 constitutionally.
Could we get somewhere close to that age next go around?
I'd like to go a little younger than
just a wee bit.
80. Yeah,
I'd like to take the two of them and just shove them off and go, let's start anew.
Isaiah is explaining to Melanie in the chat, my telepathic religion with me is God, which works out because I made the whole universe and the infinity of space.
I told you.
That's very
Says he's Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm not making this up. I'm not being a wise guy.
Well, that's fine.
Says that's who he is.
I
he's
like
the
having
Almighty and the Father and the Son and the
I like having diversity in the chat room. I like having Jesus. I like having non-Jesus. We invite everyone into our chat room. It's wonderful.
All are welcome, except Nazis. We don't take Nazis.
Yes, no.
No Nazis. No skinheads. No white supremacists. No Holocaust deniers. Nope, not breaking bread there.
Yeah.
I'll take an alien believing flat earther any day over a disgusting, gross excuse for a human being Nazi piece of, I can't say it.
Isaiah says the Illuminati accepts Jewish people. That's false information. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
New Affirm of the Spark says, we say happy afternoon Monday. We will be wearing the neon colors we said to you, hashtag Matt and hashtag Jenny.
Nice is a color?
Nice neon colors. Yes.
Oh, nice neon colors.
Yes.
Oh.
Alex Whiteley says, might call in tomorrow and say howdy. You are always welcome to Skype in, sir. Absolutely. Would love to.
Shalom, Bobala.
Been a while since we've talked. That would be very nice. That would be very nice. Let's see. Melanie said she's not going to debate someone who claims they are God, and Isaiah says it's no claim. There's not a soul that doesn't hear my telepathic voice, but okay. Now, I did wonder what the voice was in my head.
You're hearing a voice?
Well, I
ain't got no voice.
I often hear a voice in my head, but it's usually telling me to burn things. But
what?
Well, that's what I thought it was.
I thought it was telling you to eat things.
No, that too. That's the voice in my stomach. The voice in my head tells me to burn things, but it might have just been Isaiah this whole time.
Maybe he wants you to light up a bush.
Maybe.
Light the way.
Well, I don't do that. You know how I get.
It
doesn't go well for me.
Yeah, you don't do well with anything with flame. Like, you can't even boil water with flame, so.
No, that would be crazy.
People think I'm being mean, but it's the truth, folks.
Oh, Alex Wiley says they made a movie about the cocaine bear.
That's what it was that I saw.
And the trailer.
It was like a trailer.
The trailer was released this week.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, that's exactly. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yes. No, seriously, Google it. It's a true, apparently drug smuggling gone wrong's tale. It's out there. That's for sure. Hey, you never put one past a human. Okay. Just when you think we're at our peak, we'll surprise you.
Yes.
Well, because it's a human's fault for putting it out there for the bear to get a hold of. It's like, what smell would make something want to eat that? I don't get it.
I don't know. That's very strange.
You'd think like if it was covered with meat sauce or something, that would make sense.
Isaiah says, I want you to ignite the flames in others and yourself. Oh, so that's what I'm supposed to burn.
Don't be trying to get that on me.
I got to burn other people.
Keep that stuff to yourself.
Oh, man.
I'm good right over here in my own little... Yeah, I'm good.
I got to be honest with you. I don't even have any matches on me. I don't know how this is going to work.
I actually might have a lighter.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Never mind.
603-250-6007 is the number. 603-250-6007. We do have a few minutes left in today's program. The morality police in Iran, Fredo had referred to this earlier during his call. Sounds like something might be changing in Iran, but not...
This is huge.
Well, maybe. So there's been some conflicting...
maybe?
Well, there's been some conflicting information about this because at first it was being reported that that the morality police in Iran were being disbanded. You know, they go around, and if you're a woman not wearing a hijab in public, they're going to grab you and arrest you, and God only knows what they do with you after that. But now this is being kind of walked back a little bit.
Oh, no.
Well, somewhat. So there is going to be change, but it just might not be as widespread as was initially thought. Regardless, it sounds like there might be some progress. But the BBC is reporting uncertainty over Iran's morality police after officials disbanded, quote unquote, remarks. It says here, there's uncertainty over the status of Iran's morality police, which enforces its dress code, after a senior official suggested that it had been disbanded. When asked about the guidance patrol at a conference, the attorney general in Iran said that they, quote, have been shut down from where they were set up, unquote. However, the government did not confirm the move, and local media reported that his remarks had been misinterpreted. The death of a woman detained by the force had sparked nationwide protests. Masa Amini, age 22, collapsed and fell into a coma shortly after being arrested in Tehran on September 13th for allegedly violating the rule requiring women to cover their hair with a hijab or headscarf. There were reports that morality police officers beat her head with a baton. The police said she suffered a heart attack. That seems unlikely at age 22, doesn't it? Anti-government protests, labeled riots by Iranian authorities, swept across Iran after Miss Amini died in hospital on September 16, just 3 days after the incident. But while her death was the catalyst for the unrest, it has also been driven by longstanding discontent over poverty, unemployment, inequality, injustice, and corruption. Iran has had various forms of morality police since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, but the latest version, known formally as the Guidance Patrol, is currently the main agency tasked with enforcing Iran's Islamic Code of Conduct. They began their patrols in 2006 to enforce the dress code, which also requires women to wear long clothes and forbids shorts, ripped jeans, and other clothes deemed immodest.
Yeah, you're right about what you're reading. A lot of people were still reporting that, but I'm looking at something from The Guardian right now, and they're speaking again, as you have, about mixed signals. But they're also noting that Iranian news agency reported today that an amusement park in Tehran shopping center had been closed by the judiciary because the operators were not wearing hijabs properly. And they're definitely sending mixed signals on this. There's also a notation in this article stating that outside of Tehran, the morality police have still been operating. So there's definitely some mixed reporting coming out. And this, about 45 minutes ago, Iranian shopkeepers and lorry drivers went on a staged walkout in 40 cities and towns. They're calling for a 3-day nationwide general strike because of supporting the protesters and also supporting the idea of the morality police being abolished. So they're trying to push it harder by going on strike over the next 3 days.
Yeah.
At least they're fighting back. They're fighting back, and men are fighting back with them. Mm-hmm. And saying, we're done with this too. We don't want our women being killed because their scarf was a little off kilter.
Yeah, it says here the Guidance Patrol is part of the National Police Force and control lies with the Interior Ministry and not with the judiciary. After the BBC and other foreign media picked up the Attorney General's statement, some Iranian state media outlets pushed back on the morality police. Pushed back on the morality police had been disbanded. State-run Arabic language TV channel said some had, quote, tried to misinterpret, unquote, what the Attorney General said. Quote, the most that can be understood from the Attorney General's remarks is that the morality police's patrols have not been connected to the judiciary since their inception, unquote. Yeah, I think they probably they're probably trying to pull back because these they can't control these protests, which just seem to be continuing to ramp up. So there may have to be some compromise.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. There's a parliament speaker that was talking that they're going to be visiting Tehran universities this Wednesday to debate reforms with the students that are striking there. They've tried that before and it didn't work for them, but they're apparently going to try it again. There's also been a lot of controversy about exactly what their AG said. And the quote that I'm seeing is that the AG said, quote, the morality police have been shut down from where they were set up, end quote. Those last parts of that right there doesn't sound like shut down completely.
No.
And there are reports that there has been an increase in the activities of morality police outside of Tehran. So I think that maybe this stinks. I was really hoping, I don't know, this makes me feel like, no, they're not getting rid of the military police, or they shut them down from that area. But one of the other comments in here is that whether or not that was shut down or not, that doesn't change the judiciary that actually mediates the punishments. Like, that's not stopped.
Yeah.
They're still doing their jobs as they have been.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot of mixed signals, but we just, it's like if you could just galvanize everybody to stand up, they can't quell a nation.
Yeah.
But look at us. Where do we speak from? Women are second-class citizens here now. Although, granted, please don't think I'm comparing American women to what these women go through. What these women go through is just horrific.
Yeah.
It's horrific. I mean, in Afghanistan, women with the burqas and stuff, they're telling them the best burqa is your home. You should just stay in your house. You should never come out of the house unless it's absolutely no choice.
Right.
Like, don't even go to the grocery store. Send the kid. It's, I feel like we're going backwards as a species.
Well, we need to wrap up. We are about out of time. Jenny, thank you. Did you want to plug your website or anything?
No, you can check me out on jencoffey.com, JENNCOFFEY.com. You can see some of my artwork, some blogging, and some of my writings. And you can also find my publications on The Mighty, which you should totally check out. It's an awesome publication.
Yes, absolutely. Very good, very good. Let's see. And thanks, everybody. Don't forget Miracle on Elm Street. There is still time to donate something. The big event is, of course, on Wednesday. Oh, I hear sirens.
Coming to get you away.
Sirens, many sirens. Yes.
They're coming for you.
Oh, that reminds me. There was a song I was going to close with.
What? They're coming to take you away? To the funny farm, I say. I wonder if anybody out there singing with me now. Like, did I spark a memory and get them going?
No. I'll save the one I was thinking of for another time because we're almost out of time. So you wouldn't get to hear much of it anyway. But if you missed any part of today's show,
fine, you're a tease.
It will be up in just a little bit at WMNHradio.org and at my website, mattconnerton.com. And make sure you're back here bright and early, 7 a.m. for the morning show with Peter White. And I'm sure, it'll be the day before the Miracle on Elm Street. So there will be plenty of late-breaking information about that. And tomorrow, for any of our listeners in the state of Georgia, make sure you get out and vote if you haven't done so already.
Absolutely.
So it'll be very interesting. Very interesting day
vote
tomorrow.
Vote like your mom's life depends on it. Might.
And make sure you think about the werewolves and the vampires.
Vampire, man. Team Vampire.
All right, we got to go. We are out of here. Oh, Isaiah says good show. Thank you. I actually heard you say that in my mind. He communicated
we
that.
gotta have a talk about this.
He communicated that
Shouldn't
telepathically.
be opening up your mind to anybody and
I
stuff.
try to
We're gonna try and talk about this stuff.
Try to keep an open
Do
mind.
you ever listen?
Well,
Really?
Come
on.
All right, we got to
Come
go.
on, man.
Bye, everybody.
Please have a seat. With your permission, I'm going to take my coat off. Welcome to the White House, everybody. But guess what?